What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance Coin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different crypto here on the channel every single week with your guys' help. Just comment down below. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's episode is honestly the short-term correction we've actually seen within XRP and some of these other cryptocurrencies. For the past couple of days, we've been making videos discussing that we've been retesting our uptrend here, and we're finally seeing some key movements where prices are starting to dip below these supports. This is a big thing, guys, for most people here on the channel, as well as if you're invested into pretty much any cryptocurrency overall. The other thing we're going to be looking at is whether or not this is, corresponds or correlates with anything to do with the S&P 500. I want to show you guys my theory and my thought about this because I am heavily invested into the S&P 500, into stocks, and into mutual funds. So I'm starting to see a small comparison between the two. And I want to show you guys a link maybe between those. So definitely feel free to check it out. We're going to be talking about this later on in today's episode. We're going to be looking at whether this means it's time to short cryptocurrency, whether we are going to be buying in as we're breaking through that bottom support. Should we be buying in for a short opportunity? So there's big things to talk about here on the channel. I don't want to spend much more time discussing and going over the intro. Last thing is today is Saturday, so we are going to be doing the crypto coin display giveaway. So definitely stay tuned for that, because we do have one lucky winner, which I'm going to share with you in a minute. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to join us over at Discord, as we have over 1,500 active community members talking about cryptocurrency. And let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so before we start, I want to just do the crypto coin display giveaway. I picked out my favorite video, the top performing video here on the channel, which was right here, this 10,000 view video that we got just a couple of days ago, and I entered it in right here, and then I chose filter duplicate users. I clicked get comments. We had 156 people that were luckily able to enter this. I cannot stand that I keep getting these YouTube commercials on here. Let me shut that off. Okay, and now it's time to reveal who the winner was. As you guys can see, C-Lab is the current winner of the giveaway. So C-Lab, if you're in this watching today's video, definitely make sure to send me an email at cryptotvofficial@gmail.com. I also need you to comment your email address down below. This way I can see that it's actually you. That's my way of verifying it. So comment down below your email address, as well as send me an email address, your email with your shipping information and stuff like that, so I can send one of these bad boys out to you. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's episode is obviously these top 10 cryptocurrencies. Everything overall seems to be starting to correct lower, starting to drop, starting to reverse, and it seems like they're going down about 3 to 4%. I mean, there's a good chance now that we might be entering a bear market moving forward for the rest of the next couple of weeks. And until we get back above there, it's going to be a fairly rocky, a rocky time for us. I mean, it's something I've lived through in the past, but for most people, it's not necessarily a fun time. The only thing I have to compare is the S&P 500, and I want to show you guys this. I'm just also curious. Last time we had this major, correction when Bitcoin was pretty much stagnant for years, when we had the major run in 2017, which is right here, all of 2018, we had a bear market, 2018 and 2019. But for the S&P 500, 2018 into 2019, we had movements to the upside. All of 2018, we had a correction back down. Then we just continued to pump higher over and over again. I mean, it's a crazy market, and we're going to have to talk about what exactly we're doing right now, because it's pretty scary. But it seems like the market just keeps pumping higher, even though some of these cryptos do decide to dump. We do have a few major vital things to talk about, specifically on XRP, which is now starting to teeter-totter below its resistance. We actually closed yesterday below support level. This is not a good sign for us, guys. It really is not a good sign. We have Ethereum testing its bottom support here. We have Bitcoin doing the same. Binance Coin is the only one that seems to be acting inversely, which is just slightly odd to me. As you can see on Binance right here, I'll pull up Binance Coin. It's actually, or it's only down 2.6%, but it seems to be on the market overall starting to reverse back upwards. You can see we're starting to see some green candles starting to form right here. So very interesting market overall. Things are overall down. I'm going to talk about my target positions in a minute, but I just wanted to, give you guys a comparison here. So notice as most of these cryptos are dropping about 3 to 4%, as we can see here, everything is pretty much dropping here. XRP seeing correction below its support. Ethereum is holding on for dear life, but is starting to show signs of reversal. We have Bitcoin, same here, dropping below support level. Binance is the only one that isn't, but look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is also dropping as well. So it seems very peculiar that, while XRP and these other cryptos see that same reversal pattern and Bitcoin sees a drop here, it seems like the S&P 500 and the overall economy is doing the same thing, having a drop here. Now, I'm hoping this is the bottom for us, but I was doing some more research, like how could, correlation isn't always causation, but how could we see the S&P 500 drop and then also, coincidentally, the the cryptocurrency market drop as well. Then I realized I know there are other investments that are in the market as well that are also in cryptocurrency. A lot of these ETFs too, blockchain ETFs, do actually hold some sort of position within crypto. You can see blockchain, perhaps best known as technology, that underpins cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum and their competing altcoins. So it seems like a lot of these coins or a lot of these ETFs are using or investing, in underlying companies and things that affect or create cryptocurrency. And there's quite a lot of volume in them. And this is just a few. So I don't know if then Nvidia and all these other ones affect the way the markets are performing, but they're all down too. So it's interesting to see that comparison. I don't know. It's just something I'm throwing out there. But more importantly, to dive into the technical analysis about these cryptocurrencies here. Now, when I'm looking at these coins, we've had this uptrend on XRP for months now. Honestly, for months, since the end of January of 2021. And it hasn't broken through here in ever. For the entirety of this coin, we haven't been able to break through. We've had wicks, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it hasn't actually closed as aggressive as it is currently right now. Now, this is not a good sign for us. It's not a good sign at all, and unfortunately, we're going to have to play the possibilities of correction. Now, we're still going to be in this understanding, thought process that we could be buying in to short the market very soon. And it's something we're probably going to have to touch on in tomorrow's video. I don't want to say today that we're going to be buying in to short this market. I'd like to give it another day to confirm, and tomorrow we'll go over positions for when we're going to be buying and selling into this coin. But I am getting ready, guys. I am preparing myself to buy in to short this market. I'm doing so using, obviously, Bityard. I did link Bityard in the description down below. This is what I've been preparing myself on. I just transferred over more money into my account. I have about 5,000 in USDT. I'm getting ready to either short or buy long the market, depending on how we close tonight. And we'll update you on tomorrow's episode. But you can see right now the way these coins are moving to, the way these markets are teeter-tottering on that support level and breaking through it is referencing possibilities of getting into short, especially on Bitcoin and XRP. So with my, account funded, I can pretty much just get ready and leverage trade just by typing in the amount of leverage I want, pulling that down to, let's say, 10 times, getting ready in here, putting in 1,000, whatever it is, and then selling short and creating that stop loss. So I'm very close to pulling the trigger right now, but I'm going to wait till tonight to close so I can get a better understanding here. But we've been discussing for days now that if we close below 80% or 80 cents on XRP, that was enough to signal a buy-in order to short this market. So let's see how exactly we close today. What appears to be happening is that this downtrend here is the thing that's holding on much more much stronger than the actual uptrend that's been creating these higher low formations within XRP. It seems like that's finally been breached, and the lower high formations, which form some sort of symmetrical triangle right here, seems to have broken bearish, and this may actually start a trend downwards and create the lower high formation, which would enter us into a bear market. Not something we want, but something that, can and will happen if this keeps up. Ultimately, we needed a break above this. We needed ultimately to just hold this support, and it doesn't seem like it wants to do that. The other things to look out for is Ethereum. Ethereum is literally playing on some rough territory here. We have plenty of room to enter a bear market. We just flipped bearish on the MACD. There's a lot of bearish signs here. Bearish cross on the moving average here. There's a lot of things signaling reversal to the downside. We have this beautiful, massive, big uptrend on the coin that normally we say if it bounces off here, we close above, we could buy in for a long position, which I said yesterday too. But it seems like we're getting very close with these major wicks. We're trying our hardest to stay afloat here, but we may see tonight close us below our support level. And if we close below support level, it is pretty much just going to be a bear market from there. We may actually see a big stumble down to bottom support levels. We could go all the way down to weekly supports, and this is bad, guys. I mean, this is low. You can see that if we corrected all the way back down to supports, it's about $1,000 on the coin. We'd lose another 50%, over 100% overall in the coin's profits that it's seen in 2021. So we're trying to hold on for dear life this uptrend here. But if it doesn't happen, guys, we have to just understand and get ready. Obviously, there's big money to make, but it could set us into a slumber for the rest of 2021. And it is a big possibility of that happening. So prepare yourselves for a correction. That's all I'm saying. Get ready and understand that that is a possibility that can and could happen very soon if you guys aren't paying attention. So we're getting ready to buy in for a short. This is why we're giving it another day to see where exactly does this coin want to go. Are we going to close below support levels? Is that going to trigger a buy-in? And what the goal is to buy into these coins early to capitalize off the shorts to the downside. We can give it a day or two. We can buy in at a short position after a day or two of correcting to the downside, but we'll get in early and just continue to short that coin to the bottom. As for Bitcoin, then we'll wrap up today's video with the other two, is the uptrend here that we've had for quite some time now is being broken as well. We anticipated a breakout above 40K. We actually didn't close above that $40,000 resistance level that we were discussing, where we had a quick flip. But we did short the coin, and we've capitalized on a small run to the downside. We did get stopped out really short term right here, but it wasn't necessarily something to be worried about. If you guys had a bigger stop loss, then you wouldn't have had to have sold, and you would have continued to be capitalizing on this drop to the downside, about a $5,000 drop. So huge shout out to some of those. Kudos to some of those, and I do know people that did actually flip to a short and had a higher stop loss than I did, and played it to the downside and capitalized off the run. So we'll see. I don't think I'm really worried about Bitcoin flipping bearish until I see a confirmation breakup below 30K. I mean, yes, this uptrend was useful and needed to hold support, but we've broken below it before, and that isn't enough for me to just buy into short. I'm looking for this 30K support level to be broken. If Bitcoin breaks below 30K, it is just we're just dropping there. It's pretty much signaling corrections to the downside, because it's okay for us to, to fall. I mean, these could be the lower highs. It would suck, but this could be the rhythm to correcting lower. I'd be very shocked to see us go below $20,000. Very shocked. I'm hoping that this is the bottom. It's very possible. What would be ideal for this coin is if it fell, again, maybe retested, and then came back up to retest this and confirm us that we're in a descending triangle. I'm looking for more retestment of this downtrend here, and it seems like it just doesn't want to do this over and over again. So we have to see how exactly this market plays out. And we know to short it the second it goes below 30K. What's ideal is if we retest that and start to trend back up, ping top resistance here, ultimately break through. That'd be nice, but just see how this plays out, because there's a ton of different opportunities for this to trade inside, just like that, creating this symmetrical triangle here, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen. This seems more like a bigger descending triangle to fill in here and then pop off. But we have to see how this market wants to play out, and we have to let today kind of fizzle out, and then we can buy back into either short or swing long this market. Binance coin is the only one that just seems so freaking odd, Binance to Bitcoin, which is different than what we've been looking at, guys. This is not Binance coin to US dollars. This is Binance to Bitcoin, which seems to be swinging up or starting to. So that's an option as well. S&P 500 is dropping. This is where things are getting kind of scary for me. And I just want to look at things here. Overall, we always come back down to retest this moving average. And it seems fairly apparent that, there can be years of us just using this as a support level. Since 2016 all the way up to 2019. So 3 years of consolidation before it actually broke through it. It's possible we could see, this was since 2020. We've only had a year. We could see another 3 years of just using this support level. But ultimately, what always haunts me in the back of my mind is when looking at this coin on the long-term scale of things. Why is this doing this? Let's move on to the weekly so I can show you guys. Maybe that's a little easier. You can see for the most part, there seems to be a very big ascending fractal that was forming on this coin for quite some time. And only recently did we break outside of here. Granted that we aren't overbought just yet. Last time we were overbought, we were actually at this top resistance. And we've managed to consolidate up, which is currently heading overbought, which is fine. The scary part is almost every time. I mean, no, that's not true. We do have some small drops. That's possible. We do have big drops retesting overbought. That's also a big possibility. But there's been multiple occasions where we've retested top resistance. It usually calls for a small correction, which could go maybe as low as 56. So we might see a small dip. But I'm hoping that we can either... I mean, I don't know. Ideally, it would be nice if we just continue to play this out here, but I don't want to see the coin see a major climactic drop inside and then start to trend, even though that would probably be fine. But, you know, maybe we start a new trend and we start to use this top support level as a means of moving higher. But even then, if this price decided to correct from where it's currently sitting all the way down, that's going to be a big drop for a lot of people. This would be about an 8% drop. This would close the market down for the day. So it's scary, but it would help the market overall to climb back up. So we'll see how exactly we want to trend out. There's some big scary things, you know, holding over this, hugging this market for it to continue to pump or to dump. But the way these coins are trending on the daily look good enough that this might be the bottom support. I mean, ever since the beginning, or sorry, the end of December of 2020 into 2021, we've been using an ascending fractal, which seems to hold this support fairly well. Small dips below it, but ultimately correction back up. So maybe we dip a little bit lower. I mean, I could honestly squeeze it down here, but ideally, it seems to hold this for the most part. This is ideally what I'm seeing. It could dip a little lower, though. I mean, I'm just trying to analyze this the best I can. We could see a smaller dip. I mean, I could leave it like this. We could see a smaller dip tomorrow back to 4,100 and then pump a higher. But also, we look okay, guys. Maybe we'll see a day or two more of correction, but I do think it's going to allow us to pump even higher. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.